that is beside the point. With USDT, we always thought, first we started in 2014 from the cryptocurrency industry, where the simple idea was helping the arbitrage across the different trading venues. In 2014, there were just 4, 5, 6 exchanges. Today there are like 400. And so these exchanges were, in order to allow arbitrageurs to settle transactions, they needed, of course, to be able to move Bitcoin from one exchange to another, but also being able to move fiat from one exchange to another. And so Tether came as a solution to solve that problem, ability to move fiat in the same way you move Bitcoin within 10 minutes, right? With Bitcoin you can move from one exchange to another in 10 minutes block time. When we see all the evolution, we have seen competition starting from 2018 coming into our industry or our space. We always welcome them. For example, I like what the Paxos guys are doing. I think that they are offering a great product. They are building a platform for allowing others to issue stablecoins, right? So I think it's a huge market. We are hearing about countries willing to issue CBDCs. So there is so much potential. And also, I believe that with the US economy printing around $1 trillion every 100 days, there is space for everyone. And I think it was critical, for example, with Terra Luna. And when I did it in 2022, was February, March, I was critical about that. And of course, people were saying, oh, you're critical of them just because they're going to eat your lunch. And I said, well, because the thing is, with stablecoins, it's all fun and games until you are small. But when you can become big, the liquidity, the risk management, everything changes. And so I think that's what we learn on our own skin, how we have to become really good in understanding risk management and so on. So I'm really open and really glad that there are many competitors trying many different strategies. I just like to as we receive a lot of scrutiny, I think it's fair, is the scrutiny that Tether had is what made us grow, what made us extremely resilient. I really like it. I really like to be pushed by the community, by everyone, because I think it's the key of a success in Tether. But I think that is important that the rest of the industry now has the same type of scrutiny to not have another Terra Luna. We are already seeing how aggressive are certain regulators also going after important projects in our industry. When I think about our market, and again, I go always to the main point, for whom you are building your product, who is using your product. Tether today is used by 300 million people around the world, more than that, but let's be conservative, that are living in emerging markets, developing countries. They have an urgent need that is saving themselves and their families from the insanely fast devaluation of their national currency. So it means that when you are in that situation, right, you live in a country like Argentina, you work the entire year, and at the end of the year, you are poorer compared to the beginning of the year. Just because you are saving, if you are saving in Argentinian pesos, which devaluated 98% in 5 years compared to the dollar. So imagine the intraday volatility of the Argentinian pesos is higher than the 4, 5, 6% yield you could provide them on an annual basis. So for our user base, what we saw is that people are using USDT because it's simple, right? So it's a simple tool they can have in their pocket. It solves an important problem they have. The Argentinian folks are sick and tired to be every few years being fucked by their local economy. So they choose us because we were around. They find ourselves easy to use, and that's it, right? So providing that extra 4 or 5% to them will not change it, but will change it for us. Not because we are greedy, because actually the vast majority of the profits that Tether made in the last year, there were around $6 billion, are staying in the company. We are investing in great projects, in great things for the community, for our industry, in many different areas as well, in education, in artificial intelligence infrastructure, to open many avenues for everyone actually. So it's not about greediness, it's about not putting USDT in danger, because if it becomes a security, could be considered in danger for all the people in emerging markets that are using it. Yield-bearing stablecoins could be used as a saving account, and you would turn to stablecoins that have more distribution, more foot on the ground like USDT, right? So for example, USDT now is being integrated in tens of thousands of ATMs in Brazil, right? So I think it's almost impossible for USDT to hold the 80% dominance, right? And I think is not the point. We are not interested in that. We were happy when also the interest rates were 10 basis points, right? So now that they are 5%, I don't think that will come down a lot soon. I think the inflation is here to stay for a long time. So I think that we are going to enjoy it for a little bit longer. But I think that the way I see it is that there will be a sort of swapping mechanism across all the ecosystem to allow people to move from savings accounts to checking accounts, right? The point to me is that stablecoins are the best representation of the classic traditional financial tools that people have in their banking app. So checking account, saving account. It's simple as that. And on the saving account, you might want to earn a yield because it's money that if you park there, you don't plan to use it for a long time.